social media stuff to try and get other people here. Sorry you have to listen to this AI slop whilst you wait. Sorry you have to listen to this AI slop whilst you wait. He's just posting some social media stuff to try and get other people here. Sorry you have to listen to this AI slop whilst you wait.
Whilst you Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're all doing well. I was about to say I've managed to fix the overlay so it works now, and it was working when I was just testing this like 3 seconds ago. And the second I load it up, oh no, it's working again. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm sorry you all had to get... Well, by I'm sorry, I mean I am not sorry that you all had to go through the little intro music that I made. I say I made. I generated with art someone else stole. It's fucking catchy though. It's bloody catchy stuff. Oh, so the overlay works when I tab out, but okay, there we are. Right. What were we doing? We were making a concrete factory. So that's there. Boop. Okay. So we need stuff for these two bad boys. So that's a limestone, that's that. Limestone. There's a truck right outside my door. Bloody loud stuff. So that, we don't need it. Oh, do we need to smelt it? We need to smelt this bad boy. Because that's going to be iron. We're not being fancy just yet. Okay. And that's easy enough. Make us some bloody iron, boys. Fine. And after that, we just need to turn the iron into... Blub blub. I think it's iron plates. Combine that with... Well, that's somewhat inconvenient, isn't it? And combine that with... Yeah, and those two things are exactly what we need. So, again, we're not being fancy yet. We're not delving into fancy territory. What we need. That's probably too far back. What we're doing. Yes, we're getting this bad boy. Missing iron plates, that's annoying. It's fine. I'm gonna make some more the unfun way for a bit. Going down here. Up, plum, 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 plum. A couple more of these bad boys. That should be enough to make what we're trying to make, I hope. Oh, I'm gonna need more anyway, aren't I, for... Well, that's alright, because we power those should just make what we want, so... I should just dump it right into there. So... Go up here. What are we going to do? Power. That's what we need. I think I've got some power generators that come with this. I do. I do. Nice. Again, we're not setting up anything. We're making something crude and disgusting. And that's fine. One power pole for that by. One power pole for that guy, and one power pole for that guy. Just for now. Right. Is this going to do a thing? Well, it looks like it possibly could be doing a thing. Yeah. The first ore enough. This is a pivotal moment. This is the first bloody ore in the factory. Wow. This is bloody nice stuff. Right. That should turn into iron. That should make iron plates, and that should dump them in there. Fine. Similarly, missing some wire. How the fuck do you make wire? Oh, I suppose. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, I love this game so much, and I've got many hours into it, but I don't think I've actually ever reached the point where you go nuclear. I've got like one of the playthrough has hundreds of hours, never reached nuclear power. It's just so expansive, and I get so caught up in like the tiny little details. But yeah, it is great fun. Right now we're just making a concrete and iron plate factory so we can make a shit ton of foundations to start building the foundation of something. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. Oh, hell yeah. Hey, Revan, how you doing? How you doing? I know it's been a bloody while since I've been here. Right. So that's doing that thing. I'm going to need more iron plates, but luckily I've got a whole fucking factory making them, so... That, what's going on? That's... Can't be having that bend. Right. Right, nope. Still not right. Come on, Tony, get your stuff together. Has to be one in, because then it'll... Oh, apparently not. I'll do for now. And don't worry, this is not by any means a final layout. This is, if anyone's panicking watching this, This is not how my factory's going to be. I'm literally just I'm automating these two things so I can start building a foundation. That's just the things I need a foundation for. Boop. Right. This is a game called Satisfactory. It's a factory building, like, I guess, efficiency-led game. I don't know how you describe it. It's one of those games that takes over your life. But in, like, a good way, maybe. Possibly. The goal is just to make a factory to produce specific things, to unlock milestones, to unlock more complex things, to make more complex things. It's kind of a bit like Factorio, but 3D, I suppose.
Potential edible collected. If consumed before authorized is compatible with the human digestive system by Fixit, the consumer is responsible for any and all consequences. Store this potential resource for later use.
I am just collecting some leaves, because right now the only way to power the factory we've got is biomass burners, so you have to just turn these leaves into little biomass chunks and use that to power the bad boy. Very little murdering in this game, much to the chagrin of some, but essentially, it'll kill you inside. Okay. Right. Just making sure both of these. 184, that's fine. Okay, we're not going to run out of biomass anytime soon. I might just got a little chest in here. I might just put the biomass in here for now, so I know where it is. If I ever need to use it, just grab it from there. And that's fine. I think that's all of it. Who knows? And this will just continue to do its thing when it's powered, producing iron plates, and that. It's not very quick, but it is something. So that stuff there is producing foundation. The stuff I need to make foundation, I should say. And the stuff I need to make foundation is what makes these building blocks, and we're going to need a lot of space for what we're doing. So I may as well... Because, yeah, none of these structures are permanent in any sense yet. They are just temporary. Okay, so... does that give us enough headway to get up and down? Yeah, that's fine. Right. Okay. Because I have my real life job is somewhat all-consuming sometimes, and I struggle to keep up with YouTube stuff as well as my actual sort of work. It's tough to juggle them. Mix between that and with the ASMR YouTube stuff is fun as it is, and as much as I love it, I can just very clearly see in my head the level of progression and the level of like how I would need to like upscale my content in a way that is a little unsustainable and a little impossible for me in my current situation to like do, to be able to actually make it viable. So it's a bit of motivation, a bit of just like working it out, essentially. I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but that's my current thinking. Okay. I do want to get back to it. I just can't work out how to make it work with my life currently. I don't really like doing things by like half measures, and it's, yeah, not anymore anyway, so it's a little tricky. YouTube doesn't pay much at all. Well, it doesn't pay me much. My channel is relatively small in the grand scheme of things. I've never really been particularly good at monetizing it outside of the ad revenue side of YouTube, and my videos were never particularly commercially successful. To like the views they got were never enough that would pay money, essentially. So like I still get them. The residuals I get are like it's an amount of money, but like we're talking. It might pay for a takeaway a month. You know what I mean? It's not like... It's not money. And that never seemed to go up or down depending on how much I put in. So... Yeah. And I do like... I like... The job I do is nice. I like it. It's in a creative field as well, which is great. But that pays me money. So I have to, unfortunately, have to pay the bills. So I follow the bills. Boring, like... I started doing YouTube stuff when I was 17. Like back in the day, and now I turned 30 this year, so like I've like circumstances change and life change, you know what I mean? It's one of those like, yeah. Saying that, knowing me, I'll probably get a spark for it and start uploading like crazy for a little while and burn myself out again. So really it's it could be anything. Hello Ryan. I'm watching now. Oh, bless you. Well, thank you for sticking around. I'm glad you watched my content. I'm glad you like my content. That's really cool. Oh, thank you, mate. That's really kind. Yeah, I'm a bit sort of aware I'm a bit transient on this platform. Sometimes I'll be around for a while. Sometimes I pop back to a couple of streams and disappear for a year. It's all on the whims of many things, unfortunately. But no, I appreciate those. They're very kind words. Thank you, mate. I'm glad you've been watching. Okay, so just need to keep expanding this, at least so it covers. Now that we've got this, we don't necessarily need this platform anymore, so we can get rid of this bad boy. And just hope I don't fall off. I might. Unauthorized hostility. There's a hog somewhere. He's down there. That's fine. He can't get me up here. Famous last words. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, shit. Forgot you can't walk on stuff that doesn't exist yet. Who'd have thought it? Being unable to walk on things that don't exist. Right. Try that again. Okay. Still getting used to the zoop. There we go. Can't build many more, but that's okay. Boop. Boop. Doesn't produce a lot of limestone, does it? Doesn't produce a lot of concrete. I need 5 of these to make one platform, and it's producing at a steady rate, but not enough to be in any way viable. Oh, no, it's not fair. Oh, that's why I had this stopped as well. Oh, I have no idea why I had that stopped. But yeah, maybe Nice. It's tricky, isn't it? Juggling sort of like a need and a want to make some sort of like artistic output with like boring jobs or any job whatsoever, really. Yeah, I'm quite lucky that the job that I do is in a creative field, but even then it's just time consuming, isn't it? It's just time. And there's never a fucking enough of it. Nice, yeah, I hope you managed to prioritize or get the energy to prioritize making videos, because yeah, it's fun. It was good. Right, is there any more limestone? Because this is not enough limestone for what I want. Oh, there is, but it's ages away. I might just do it a boring way for a hot sec. Boop. 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 Yeah. I work in theatre. As like, well, I'm a technical stage and production manager for theatre. Don't know why I tried. I'll just forget. That's my job. I yeah. A bit of video design, a bit of creative technologist stuff, but bread and butter is production and technical stage management. Enjoying any good? I don't really watch it. I know I'm really boring in the sense of like I feel like I should have more things to. I don't really watch movies and TV shows. I guess what did I watch? No, I don't. I just game. Gaming is the thing that I do in my downtime. And I'm aware that's like not... I don't really, I should watch more things. I do enjoy things. Yeah. So yeah, boring answer is no, but I'll take any recommendations that anyone's got. If anyone's got any recommendations, I will happily take them. I feel like I must have watched something. What have I seen? The only thing I can think of is Breaking Bad, and I watched that like 4 years ago. I watched the film. I watched Nimona. I watched the film Nimona. That was good. I watched the film Pride about 2 years ago. That was good. Yeah, I feel like I have watched more than that. I feel like I watch more than one movie a year, and I feel like I do watch TV shows, but I just can't. Could not tell you a single fucking one. Sorry. But say, taking recommendations. I make some up that I've watched, if that makes you feel any better. Yeah, the games I'm playing at the minute. I really love the Life is Strange games. The story element to that, really big fan of that. I'm playing a game in a minute called The Root Trees Are Dead, and that has proven to be one of my favourite games I've played in a long time. Which is just like essentially, it's a similar playstyle to a game called Her Story, where you have to watch like interview clips and then piece together using police transcripts and typing in words to put it together. It's similar to that, but you're trying to solve a mystery about a candy company using like and piecing together their genealogy by using like a variety of like OSINT techniques to look through like this like internet and library searches and periodicals and newspapers and stringing like a really like trying to solve the mystery of what happened to this family. Would strongly recommend anyone who likes sort of slightly mystery games with an element of like detectiveness to it. It's a game called The Root Trees Are Dead, and I would strongly recommend that game. It's brilliant. Watching the new Puss in Boots movie and okay. I've never really dipped too much into the Star Wars as a franchise, to be honest. I've been working on a show recently that heavily references Star Wars a fair amount as part of the narrative, and the person who acted in it and wrote it was disgusted in me frequently for not having any idea about Star Wars or what it is. I was judged heavily on that production. But that's good to know. New person. Okay, I appreciate the Rex. I'm a big fan of. I say big fan. I can't remember his fucking name. The guy that. The guy that he directed. This Is England. He directed. Am I having a stroke? Something's going on with me this morning. I can't fucking think. The guy that directed This Is England, Summer's Town, A Room for Romeo Brass, Dead Man's Shoes, Once Upon a Time in the Midlands, I think was the name of it. That director, I like his work. I've seen a lot of his films. I think they're very good. Can't remember his fucking name. Not enough to remember who he is, apparently, but the films are good. Never mind, watch Star Wars Parts 4, 5 and 6, the original movies. Okay. I feel like it's one of the... I'm just in for... I've got so much catching up to do with Star Wars, I feel. You know what I mean? I feel like it's one of those, like... I'm so far behind at this point. I'm so far behind with Star Wars that it's like... It's just gonna... It's just not... I will never be able to catch up with the amount of, like, stuff there is. That's where I'm at. Shane Meadows? Is that the director I was thinking of just now? Maybe. Who knows? Boop. Boop. Okay. Whilst that's cooking away for my foundation base, I might as well do some stuff by hand here. Yeah, I think Shane Meadows is the director I was thinking about. I think. Okay. Oh, I like... There's a director whose name I absolutely cannot pronounce and will not try to, that directed The Favourite, The Lobster, and another one that came out fairly recently. I like their work. Their work's pretty cool. I watched the Barbie film. That was pretty good. That was a great film. Yeah, most of my film and pop culture references are incredibly outdated. Watch the originals, the prequels, Rogue One, and Andor. Okay. Okay, that's good to know, thank you. Because I know they made that, like, the Obi-Wan offshoot that I saw, and there was, like, the other one with Rogue One. Maybe not the other one, maybe that's Andor I'm thinking of, the other one in the Rogue One universe. And they made that other show that Abigail Thorne's in. Yeah, I just know there's a lot of franchise stuff out there. I know there's, like, a lot of stuff out there to sort of piece through. And I'm just not sure I have the energy or the wherewithal to fight with all of that. Okay. Oh, iron rods. That's why. Okay. Well, I may as well dump these bad boys in so that's done. Great. Good. What is it? Are they that bad? Are they that bad? They're franchise destroyingly bad. Let me just. I'm just gonna need some. I'm just need some of this bad boy real quick, just to speed up the game a bit. Yeah, my boys, come on, get that fucking iron. Fuck yeah. Yeah, show who's fucking boss, right? Cool. I got this app recently on my phone, and it's supposed to be like, it's one of those. I buckled. I don't know why I bought it. Hey, Soph, how you doing? I buckled and bought this app for my phone that was supposed to be like, you scan it and you, it works out magically through AI how many calories are in a thing. I don't know why I bought it. It was foolish of me to buy it. I didn't buy it, I just downloaded it. Because I feel like AI is good. AI cannot see what was on the other side of a piece of bread. I think it's dumb. I think the technology is bad, and I think they're advertising it weirdly. AI is not magic. It can't see through, like, it is impossible to calculate how many calories are in a sandwich. You know what I mean? Like, you can't see what's in the fucking sandwich. You can't see how much oil was used to cook it. Like, whatevs. But it keeps, like Duolingo does, it keeps sending me these, like, notifications being like, feed me! Feed me! And I'm like, geez, it's really intense. And I want to uninstall it, and I'm glad I didn't pay any money for it. It's trying to mimic the Duolingo style without any, Jesus Christ, semblance of... It hasn't earned the privileges of the owl to yell at me. You know what I mean? And it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Right. Now we've got a shit ton of iron. Make a bunch of iron ingots. Dum, 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 dum. And with this, we'll make iron rods to make a bunch of screws. And then we'll finish this off. Whilst that just cooks away, makes what we need to make this foundation. So the next goal in this game is you have to build a space elevator. And it's this fucking huge thing that takes a lot of resources to build. And usually I traditionally build it on like just the ground level. I think that's a bad idea. I think that's a shame. I want to build it on a platform. That way I can have complete control of everything that's around it, everything that goes with it. But it's so big, you usually have to move it like out the way a little bit. So yeah, it's some planning needs to happen. Is what I'm saying. Some planning needs to happen. Calories are made up like candy being bad for you, that's why I drink energy drinks once an hour. No need for the propaganda. No, Revan, that's fucking smart stuff. That's bloody clever stuff. There's no such thing as calories. Energy drink is a salad. Yeah. That's bloody clever stuff. I agree with everything with that. I mean, like, calories are made up. It's just a way of measuring energy, and I think nutritionally there is far too much focus on it as a thing. Okay. As I say always during these Satisfactory streams, the game does get a bit more interesting. You don't have just to sit me, essentially watching me watch a spreadsheet. Yeah, there's a lot of digging. Early on in this game, when you have to make stuff by hand, it's just me just fucking hammering stuff. But it will at one point become a little less boring. I hope. Anyway, theoretically, it will become less boring. I guess that's really for you to say, not for me to say. I hope it will become less boring. Otherwise, it's just a different flavour of boring. This is my favourite bit of the game. Boomf. So I've loaded that stuff up. It's going to go on the little...
Reached. Supply the molecular analysis
Yeah.
machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to
Hell
research
yeah.
and develop new technologies. Potential
gonna
technologies
take my stuff
involve
away.
exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your pioneer efficiency in alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct,
Nice.
automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
Great. Okay. So, with this, I need 5 more of these. I need 5 more of these. So, as this goes along, I will because to automate things easier and to get everything on the same like level grid, it makes a lot of sense to have everything on these sort of foundation blocks, because everything, you can snap everything to grid then, and everything is like really easy to line up and automate and make look nice and make efficient, like I've got sort of there with those things. The stuff on the ground is just some real early game. It's just real early game stuff, and that's fine. I'll just do some research. So we can unlock some delicious
the
things.
remains researched belong to an organism now dubbed the fluffy-tailed hog.
I think I've got all that. I don't think I have any bacon agaric yet.
Classify it. I wonder, is it that you're eager to please, impatient, or very efficient? I have my theory.
Oh, because I interrupted her. She got mad about it. Oh, I don't have any of those things yet. That's fine. Don't think I have that. Definitely don't have that. I don't have that. Do I have any of these things? Nope. That's okay. We'll leave that there for now. Great. So... what do I want next? We're not at the point where I think I need the awesome sink stuff. That's what we have like a... when you get a conveyor belt and a line that you need to start being like, oh, I'm overproducing, I need to get rid of some of stuff. That gives you rewards for doing that. I don't really use jump pads. Obstacle clearing is good for making more efficient fuel, so we're going to go for that, I think. We can chop down trees and use it to make... Actually, how's my biofuel doing? Fine. Alright, yeah. Nice. So, maybe I'm going to get the point where I'm just going to expand this back here that way a little bit and start moving all of my core base things. My core base things, apart from the miners, obviously, because they need to be on the floor. To mine what's on the floor. Up to this level. I think that's going to be my plan. Okay. Nice. Nice. Oop. There are ways to traverse this game like quickly and cheaply, and I can't remember them. I can't remember if like what I was doing there is actually a useful way of going fast. Great. Oop. Okay. Boop. Nice. Couple. Oh, I keep forgetting. Jesus Christ. I keep forgetting. If something does not exist, you cannot stand on it. I forget that a lot in real life as well. I fall off a lot of ledges. Where are we? Cool. Was that going to keep poking through the floor? Android assistant. Did explain to will take over the world. I feel like Amy K has got a really good Android AI sort of overlord series, and I won't be able to rival that. I feel like we're sort of at the point as well, like, for me at least, back in the bloody day, back in a bloody ASMR day, it was all fairly new and people hadn't tried stuff. So me just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticked was a viable tactic. Now there's some fucking brilliant people, not that there wasn't fucking brilliant people back then, that are just like, whatever idea I can think of, they can do it sort of a billion times better and properly. So I'm contesting with quite a lot. I'm contesting with clever people. Well, I've always been contesting with clever people, but you know what I mean? It's like, ah, fuck. They're doing that idea way better than I could. Shit. Right. It's really hard not to sort of beat along to that sweet, sweet music. We can probably start moving these ones up there. Take. Great. Cozy K. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a little while. It's been a little while. I just woke up the other day with a hankering to be like, you know what? It's time again. It is time to stick my neck out and to be alive on the internet, at least for a little while. And here I am. And here I am. Who knows how long it'll last? But we're here. What am I looking? What am I bloody? There we are. Crafting bench. I don't need that. I need my hub. I'm gonna shove my hub just on the end for now. Can I build one? Oh yeah, it's still down there. Lol. My MAM. Gonna put my MAM here. Wow. Well, look at that. Advancing the ASMR economy. That's very nice of you, Raven. I feel like I'm probably, if you're subscribed to me, I feel like I'm probably already subscribed to you, Cozy Cat. I recognise your name. I hope you're doing well. I'm also incredibly forgetful. Okay. Yeah, equipment workshop. And a man. Hell yeah. Nice. Okay. If I move this, my power's going to go down. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to... It's an iron rod. Shit. I'm going to make an iron rod first. Ow, full damage. Make a bunch of iron rods so I don't completely lose the... Well, I will complete now. No, I'm going to lose the power infrastructure either way, actually. Balls. Don't matter. Let's go. Okay. Okay. And we want the power to be... I mean, just for now at least. This is all going to move and change, but for now we'll pop that there. Because I can... And I will just put... I will make a very, very basic, simple, like, power output grid there. And with those three, then I can just collect them, that to that, that to that. Nice. Thanks. Put those there. Oh, hey, Papaya. I would suggest having... I mean, this might be quite an unexpected answer to hear from me, but I would suggest having a papaya for breakfast. Maybe that's low-hanging fruit, pun intended. Cool. That's there, so that. Okay, this factory is going to be messy for now. Keep saying, but it's all... I should... That hasn't got power there. Ah, that's a very nice thing to say, Revan. Thanks. Shit. Why is it blown already? What? What? I haven't added anything new to the... Right. Max consumption's 22 megawatts. Oh, and it consumes the exact max amount. Oh, no, it doesn't. Capacity 40. Why wasn't that working before? We're not going to think about that, and we're going to hope that doesn't become a problem later on in production. Sure. I think that's what people do in actual factories when they're working. Like, a really critical infrastructure failure comes up, and they just go, let's just think about that. It's probably not a problem, actually. I reckon that's what happens. And then, yeah, it's like, oh, it's probably fine, actually. I reckon the phrase, it's probably fine, actually, gets said loads in industrial manufacturing. And sort of people doing this gesture, that problem, I reckon that happens a lot. And I'm only half joking. I reckon it probably actually does. Many years ago, I used to work briefly in a factory. Hi, is this his first game? If that's referring to me, no. I've played this game before, a little bit. I've got like this is a new playthrough, and I bloody love the game. As I keep reminding everyone, it's bloody temporary. All this, bloody temporary. I'm just setting up a little thing so I can get enough to build some foundations to start a real deal. Start cooking with some space. So hey, don't you worry. If you're a seasoned Satisfactory player and you're looking at this and going, bloody hell, what's this mad cunt doing? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I used to work in a factory many years ago, like an actual real factory. I won't say the name of the company, but it was shady as shit, and I imagine they're all in prison now. It used to make knockoff beauty products for the Eastern European market. And I was hired through one of those employment agencies when I was a lot younger. And they said, oh, just go along, it'll be fine. I had to do some introductory stuff. There was a good couple of hundred of people in this factory. And I was one of, I don't know, 4 people that could speak, like, good, like, decent English. Just because by the nature of that is a lot of people, both where I sort of grew up there and in that particular industry generally, are not English speakers. That's just like a thing. Lovely people, I just couldn't understand a fucking word they were saying. I got my job training in pantomime, and it was those jobs, like, that something would come along on a production line, and I had, like, so for example, like deodorant. Uncapped deodorant would come along at a specific speed, and it'd be my job to take the deodorant caps and put them on as it came through, one after the other, for like 5 hours. And then I'd take a break and do it for another fucking 4 hours. It was one of those jobs. I wasn't a fan of it. Other people sort of got on. I could probably have dealt with it, or I could like talk to people, but because there wasn't really much of a social aspect for me, found it quite hard. But some guy came up to me one day and was like, and excuse the accent, but he was like, I'm not going to do the accent. I'm not going to attempt a bad Eastern European accent on stream. He was like, do you speak English? And I was like, I try, yeah, sort of, if you can call it that. And he was like, we're going to put you with the other English-speaking people. I was like, alright, cool, fine. That's in like the science part of the warehouse. I was like, alright, cool. And it so worked out that after that, I was working like in chemical hygiene. So like I'd have to like be responsible as part of the team that were checking, cleaning, and purifying some of the chemicals that came in they were using for the things. And like we didn't have decent PPE, and it was awful. And if I get like a weird disease when I'm older, it's definitely due to cleaning unknown chemicals off pallets when I was in my late teens, early 20s. That's a weird job. A really weird job. There you are, some Danny lore for you all. What am I doing? So, still waiting for that to build more foundation. How much we got there? Boop, boop, doop, doop. Yeah, well, there's 2 languages that I've always wanted to learn, which is Welsh and BSL, are the ones that would make the most sense for me to learn, because I'm just the 2 that I'm interested in. I live in Wales, so it makes sense to speak Welsh. Very handy in the sector I work in as well. Coffee? Oh, that's new. You can interact with all this stuff. You didn't used to be able to interact with this. I can put stuff down the toilet. Sorry, this is new. They've added a bunch of interactions. It does. Oh, yeah. Dwi dysgu siarad Cymraeg, be tipyn bach. Dwi dysgu. Yeah. I'm learning to speak Welsh a little bit, is what I tried to say. It's a very nice language. It's very good. And I think, yeah. Yeah, that's essentially Ravan. That was essentially what it is. What am I doing? Obstacle clearing, got that. I can make. I got got enough to make... Oh, okay, I've got enough to make that. We'll just try to get through the logistics milestones for now. The slow way whilst these build away. Why I keep going down... That's why I get confused. I'm going down there when I mean to go over here, and I'm forgetting why I go over there, and then resetting myself. Right, here we are. Cool. So... I can probably... Yeah, you can have a bit of that. Great. So what do we need? We need wire to make this, and copper ingot to make that. Still the slow way. It's fine. We're going to build up our factory as we go. Right. What I did yesterday that I found quite fun is I streamed this for a couple of hours on YouTube. I had a little bit of a break, and then I hopped onto Twitch and streamed some Rainbow Six Siege. So if you're wanting some more, if you can fucking bear some more streaming by me, feel free to follow me on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Danny Docile. If you bung me a follow in there, if you use Twitch, I might be around there later on. I'm sort of, I really enjoy streaming. It's just one of those things. It's hard to build momentum, and I struggle with routine generally. And I know some people, like, I know one of the core tenets of streaming is like, stick to a routine. Do it at this time, at this place. But I feel like that only really works if it's like your job. If it's like your full-time job, or you're making it, and you can like it's really easy then if it's your job to say, oh, I'll just stream from these hours, because it's like if you have to fit it around other commitments and a life and a job, it's really tricky to say, oh, I'll just stream, because then who knows what's going to come up, and who knows what other commitments that you'll have. And because of the nature of my life, I actually really find it tricky to say, even just to be like, schedule it a week in advance, because who knows what's going to come up and what I'll have to reprioritize just to work and stuff. So yeah, but again, times change. Like, maybe that isn't actually a bigger deal as it used to be. Maybe scheduling isn't the be all and end all like it used to be. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been in this world properly to keep up to date with how analytics works and how the algorithm works and all that bollocks. Depends on how employed your audience is. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. I guess that's why a lot of the really big commercially successful YouTubers, they make content for kids, because kids don't have jobs and they can just watch your content all the time. And the advertisers don't care who's clicking the links. So perhaps I should start making content for kids. Perhaps that's what the world needs. It needs Danny's content for children. Jesus Christ, can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine how awful that would be for everyone involved? I'd probably have fun though. Right. I might be a cheeky little lad and change this up for these just for now, so I can spam out some screws real quick. I've got some assets made up when I was sort of like working out what a new sort of online venture might have been. That like could be like, well, it's not really for kids really. It was in the style of a kids' TV show. A man who lives in this really sort of weird digital house where like the toaster talks to him and the wall has opinions on things and everything's a bit messed up. And I almost in like a found footage VHS style. And I really enjoyed that as a concept. Because it's very messed up. I'm a big fan of that. But it's tricky to it's just a lot of effort. Yeah, I guess like the inspirations for it would be, I guess, more closer to. I guess the actual would be Local 58 meets Captain Disillusion, if you're familiar with either of those two cultural reference points. Those are the things that really excite me. But I do love Don't Hold Me, I'm Scared. I think it's fantastic. Fantastic piece of media. And if you don't know what Local 58 is, I think it's, for my money, one of the best works of art and storytelling I've seen in a very long time. No, I don't think it ever did. I think it's sat on a Google Drive somewhere. And that's probably for the best, isn't it, really? It's probably a good thing. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. Come on, Power Slug. Yeah, if anyone wants media recommendations of just a bit of bloody fantastic storytelling, Local 58 is great. It's a story that is being told through the medium of, like, yoink,
This
a...
slug species
Oh,
seems
gonna wait
to
till she's
persist entirely through absorbing and storing energy
I
from its
know.
surroundings. Studying this could provide new methods for improving
So she's
fixed
talking
production line
over.
efficiency. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and
Oh,
potential
fucking no,
application.
mate. Hello. You... Right, can I loot you, or did I just kill... I just did a murder for no reason, didn't I? Shit. Oops. Sorry, nature. Words. Just clear my inventory. What was I saying? Local 58, it tells the story, it just tells a really interesting, unique, sort of analog horror-esque story through a variety of, like, media broadcasts and, like, recordings of, like, public broadcast channels from this, like, alternate universe. And it's just fucking cool. I'm a really big fan of sort of alternate ways of storytelling, like ARGs, like making stories that you wouldn't expect to happen in unexpected places, things you can stumble across. Love all that stuff. Big fan of all that. Same reason I like sort of hiding puzzles and stuff like that in some of the things I do. It's just fucking cool.
This semi-slug, now dubbed Power Slug, is early in its life cycle and has retained only part of its potential energy storage capacity, given it its blue color. Power slugs are capable of extracting latent energy from their surroundings, including through a form of photosynthesis, and preserve it in their porous semi-crystalline shell over their lifetime.
Neat.
This explains why they rarely move after having found a suitable location.
Okay. What I'm going to do, because I also think that's iron, is... can't intercept that, and that's right into there. The Zombie Apocalypse roleplay recently is cool. Oh, that's cool. Like one of those, like, 28 minutes later things where... Like, what sort of, what sort of thing was it? I'm familiar with some of them and some of the companies that do them. So I'd love to hear a bit about it. What was it? Cool. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Mine up. Yep. Right, we're going to change this but a touch. That needs to sort of remain... I'm going to remove this because that's going to need to remain the same. But this miner is now... Invalid placement you would have done. This grew back. Great. Bum 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 Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. There we are. Great. Fine. Right. So now this miner is going to be facing that this way. And what we're going to do is this bad boy. Can do another power slug. I'll deal with that in a second. Is gonna. Do we have unlocked splitters yet? If we haven't, this is gonna be fucking difficult. We have mergers. Great. So, gonna stick a little merger here. Output of the merger OVs to here. Doesn't need to make it look pretty because it's not on our grid system. Well, I do need to make it look not disgusting. Do. It was an airsoft journey with air guns. You had to complete missions as being hunted by actors. I'm trying to think. I don't think I was strongest because I did not survive. That sounds great fun. I love all that sort of stuff. It's so much fun. Like that sort of stuff is similar to the field of stuff I really enjoy and work in. There's a couple of projects that I'm working on that are like similar-ish to that sort of stuff, but on slightly different scales and for slightly different audiences. And it's just so much fun. Got your love chainsawed off. That's cool. It's just fun, isn't it? I feel like I traditionally for a long time worked in theatre, like trad. Someone's got a script and there's a set theatre, and as fun as that is, and I think that has its merits and engagement. Like, yeah, I went to the theatre. I saw a really good show. It made me think about stuff. Can never compare to I shot 5 zombies, got my leg chainsawed off, and then I died. That's just so much more fun. I know they're different things, but like, for my money, I know which one I'm picking every time. You know what I mean? Okay. Boop. Boop. So now what we've done here, what do you think about interactive theatre? That's sort of that's where I kind of work in that field. Well, immersive theatre is the thing I love the most. It's tricky to, unless you produce it as like a thing, it's tricky to work in it consistently because it's fucking expensive to make and not many people are making it. But interactive and immersive theatre I love. They're two of my loves. Depends in which way, how, like, I think it's a big umbrella term. It's a really big umbrella term. There's lots of different things I think fall into interactive and immersive theatre, and like they can be worlds apart. But like stuff that is like puzzle driven theatre that has audience interaction, so the audience are put into a scenario where they're like, yeah, you have to solve this, or here's what's happening, and what you do will change the outcome of the show, the narrative. You're having a feed into what is happening. That stuff I love. It's just so much fun. People get so invested, so involved, and it's bloody lovely stuff. Sorry, Mike. I'm sorry. Game's my favourite media, that's why. Nice. Oh, that's cool, Evan. I mean, underset, like, the combination for me of, like, interactive gaming, so, like, gaming, but, like, it's got a, like, people, I know it's a dirty word, and people don't want to say this word because it has very negative connotations, but people don't realise a lot of the coolest things they do is LARPing. Live action roleplay. People just think it's people dressed in robes in a field throwing tinfoil at each other shouting magic missile. And it's not, usually. But like that sort of stuff, it's just so much fun. It's just play. You know what I mean? It's just play in its simplest form. It's just people fucking messing about and having fun. And I love all that. And to be able to sort of work at that and have a hand in crafting those or facilitating those things or acting in those things just brings me so much joy. It's so much fun. Oh, hopefully I will still be alive then. You never know. I can't speak too much about it because it's an ongoing project. and it's an ongoing project that requires a notion of secrecy on the behalf of people who work in it, because because of where it happens, and if people talk about it and it gets well known, the concept of the show won't work if people know that it's a show, because the participants of it do not realize it's a show. They think it's something that's happening to them. Can't really speak about it too much, but the nature of that show that we do is very, very fun. It's with young people, and it's very sci-fi and very mystical and very X-Files, and that's a show that I'm production managing in a minute, and that's fucking fun. And maybe one day when we retire it, I can talk about it. I might do a video on it properly, but I can't at the minute. Love roleplay. I wanted to get into D&D for a while, but I don't know who plays. Oh, I love D&D. Oh, bloody love D&D. D&D is a big love of mine. It's great fun. You're like, depending on where you're from, and like if you live in a city or you live in the sticks somewhere. If you live in a city, there are definitely groups of people who play D&D in a shop in town. That's true for my city. We've got a couple of board game shops. If there's a board game shop, there's some cunts who play D&D. That's I guarantee. Hey. If it is my imparting knowledge to you, and I don't know how old you are, Papaya. But the only truly lame thing is being ashamed of the things you love. There is nothing more cooler and more gratifying and powerful than having ownership and acceptance of the things that you enjoy, and being out. And if anyone judges you for that, you can rightfully tell them to go fuck themselves. That's my imparting wisdom for you, Papaya. We need to make those 500 screws. Young people like little Timmy Richards, of course. Hello, Soren. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Boop, boop. What am I doing? Screws? Great. Let's make 500 screws. Then I can make chainsaws. Chainsaws. Nice. That's a chainsaw, by the way, in case you're wondering why I'm not having some sort of medical episode. I'm DM, one of those days with 6, then the other. That's fun. Enjoy that. That's good. That's very good. In my last D&D campaign, I played a woman called Sally Sandflogger, who was a cleric but worshipped a sand deity. She wrote books about sand. She wrote a book called 2 Cubed Inches of Sand Off the Sword Coast, or something like that. She bloody loved sand. Everything about her was sand-wise. Great fun. The current character I'm playing in Spelljammer, which we're doing with some mates of ours. What we're doing in Spelljammer, I play a guy called Jimmy Pizzazz, who's based loosely off of Zach Brannigan, and I have a lot of fun with Jimmy Pizzazz. Thinking about it, one of the people I play Spelljammer with was also a streamer. My friend Toby. I'm not sure, but you fucking mental if you knew him. But in the gaming sphere you might. He's a voice actor called Tobias. He's very good. Very lovely man. He's been in a couple of games. But yeah, and our friends Laura and Alan and Beck, some beautiful, lovely people. We have a lot of fun.
Ensures maximum efficiency of biomass burners.
You know, Community is one of those games that I want to / should play. I just
Additionally, your pocket dimension has
play.
been
Christ,
inflated
watch
to
that.
increase inventory
Sorry, she's
size.
speaking in my ears and I can't do.
Inspirational
same
note.
time.
Will you be the Fix-It
Wait,
employee of the month?
No, wait.
You could be if you construct, automate, explore, and exploit by eliminating all obstacles to efficiency. This isn't just fun, it's
Yeah. Sorry, that was annoying me. Community is one of those things that I should watch, but I haven't. I've seen a couple episodes and it's great fun. I know I would love it. I just haven't. It's one of those. I'm playing Genshin Impact. I'm very low. Yeah, a good friend of mine played a lot of Genshin. And it seems fun. It's not for me. I don't think I could do it. It's not my sort of game. But It did seem good. Right. I think I'm too broke for Gacha. I'm too broke, and I have too much of a strong desire to win. That Gacha games are very expensive for me because I will just be like, well, I'll just buy the things, and that's how they get you. Okay. Well, that can only produce at the speed it's producing. So what's that? That's... Oh, time to do some maths. So... So this produces 30 a minute. That produces 30 a minute. So this line... What is this line... Are we... 60 minutes. That line's maxed. That line is pushing through 60 resources a minute through that line. The smelter can only smelt 30 a minute and it's getting 60, so it's at 50% capacity. That can only do 20 per minute. So first off, I'm going to just need to split this and add another one in, because that will... Bear fucking with. Right. Boop. So. Split at source. Yes, bloody please. Right. We're going to put some power right there. Drag this bad boy over to it. I know my factory's a mess. I know it is. I'll fix it. It seems ruthlessly expensive. So now that's going there. We've got that going there and that going through there. Great, good. But that means I can also... That's the case. That's so much iron. No one needs that much iron. Christ alive. Oh, well, I hope you have a nice birthday barbecue. Thank you so much for popping in, Papaya. Lovely to see you as always. So now we're going to do another smelter in line with this bad boy. No, we're not. We haven't got enough wire. No, thanks, but that's very sweet that you do that. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. It's a very cute little emoji. Enjoy the barbecue. I wish I was having a barbecue. And we're going to go over here. We're going to make some more... We're going to dump some iron in here, and we're going to get rid of that later. I'll just sink it later. We're going to make... What did I need to... I was buying some more power logistics, wasn't I? I need more... What did I need more of? No, I was making a smelter, and I need more wire. Cool. Okay. So, we make a bit more of that. Do-do. 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 So, with this smelter here, make sure it is in line. And in the middle. Good. Get this bad boy to there. Into there. Again, more iron ingots. Good. Perfectly in line. And that can only make 20 a minute. Now we're getting 30 across there, which means there's a third of production coming out of that is not going to be any use to us. So that's a third. If I were to split it half and half, with the other one going in a relay around, would that create a jam? Let's find out. First off, we're gonna go to... We're gonna make another constructor, because this constructor alone... Oh, no we're not. Okay. I think the plan is, because we split that, we know that we've got 60 iron coming in on this bad boy. Split to 30 and 30. So they're going to be even, and these are going to be at max production, because these can only, at this point, do 30 a minute. So they're going to be happy, they're going to be producing at their max capacity, now that we've split it in 2 by 2. With the smelter going, that's 20, that can do 20 a minute. That can do, I'm not going to do slightly more. We might just keep... we'll do this one as iron rods. Because then we're at least splitting it then. And we're able to start automating the factory a bit more sensibly. And because that's the case, let's start future-proofing a little bit. If I pop this bad boy here. We don't need to worry about it going, that's just going to go straight into there, and we know that that is our iron plates. Will always be our iron plates for now. And we know that this one going in through here is going to be our iron rods for now. Well, it doesn't exist yet, but it will be there. Cool. So I need to make some reinforced iron plates. Reinforced iron plates and some cable. And I think we can do that. We can. Why do I keep going down there? Muscle memory. Up here. Boop. Boop. And we're going to make some reinforced iron plates, which require screws and that. So we're going to make some screws. Good. And we can cut down the screws. Did it say 6 reinforced iron plates? Is that how much you need? How much did it say? Oh, 2. Yeah. And wire. Good. So... right now, because we're not funneling it into anything else, we can just dump them straight into storage containers because we're not fully automated yet. We are still in the semi-automation stage of the start of the game. So, because I'll still be sort of taking stuff out and bashing stuff around. So, missing reinforced iron plate. Did I not just make it? Am I going crazy? Struck down. Am I going fucking crazy? I might be going crazy. Did I just naturally did I just not make them? I just didn't make them. Great, good, go crazy. Welcome back. What have you got for your lunch there? Okay, now we have a constructor. Good. We know this bad boy makes rods. When he's powered, anyway. Okay. No power? Did I not just fucking power you? There we are, okay. Oh, nice. Thank you so much, Revan, for popping in. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you soon, I hope. Greg's Chicken Bacon Vegan Sausage Roll. It does. I agree. The other day I happened to do a blind taste test of it, and yeah, quite genuinely could not tell the difference. It was a good time. So, currently, these two are running it sort of pre-power slug underclock situation. I think these two factories are running it essentially a peak efficiency. Essentially. Right. Go this bad boy. This is going to keep doing its thing. The only thing we can do with limestone is really turn it into concrete at this stage of the game. I don't think there's much else we can do with limestone. Maybe ever. I can't really remember. But this I'm happy with this for now. At some point we're gonna have to divert and efficiently make some screws. Okay. No, I could do that now. Could do that now. I'm gonna do that now. So what we're gonna do, because I'm keen to, at least at this stage, just expand the factory depth-wise, depending on what it's making and how many tiers it needs of construction. I don't think we need to get into like manifold systems yet, because I think was too early in the game for that to be we don't need to make that many that quickly to be able to produce. But if that ends there, we're going to split the screws. Bear with. We're going to split the screws here, so half of them are going just into screw storage, the other half are going there, and another constructor in line with this to another storage out there. So at least you can tell visually from the top how many things it sort of need to have made it by how far back in the factory it is. I think that's probably a good way to start. I don't think we're going to continue like that, but I think just for these first couple of stages of the automation and stuff like that, I think it's probably going to be our best bet. So, need to make some stuff. I've got so much iron. There is an end goal. So you've got here, you've got all these milestones at the top. We've done tier 0, tier 1. We're on tier 2, and the more you go, the more complex things get, and the more stuff you have to do. And the goal is to get to the end of phase 4. I don't think I've even ever got to phase 4. I think I've got to like midway through phase 3 and been like, this is a lot. This is fucking loads. Yeah. So I'm just going to make a bunch of stuff. It's just going to help us out as we go. Just so we have some bits and bobs. We've got an awful lot of iron as well, just lying around. So, grand, just gonna make a bunch of stuff. We're probably just gonna need it anyway for what we're doing. Great, make some more biomass as well as we're here, why not? How is my biomass doing? Oh, it's getting there. A little storage container so I can start offloading my inventory a touch. Boop, boop, boop. 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 Seems indulging current, having a horrible time with gaming fatigue. Yeah, it's a good game. Whose mass is that bio? Nice. Yeah, it's a game you can really sink some hours into. He says, sinking far too many hours into this game. So if I, just in the middle of this, bam. Does this actually ever work? In terms of over there. It's not perfect. That's going to annoy me. Bear with. It's going to be... It's got to be dead in the middle. It's just got to be. Now, is that actually going in, or is that just... Because sometimes it just clips through without actually... You think it's clipped through, but it's... Yeah. Is it gonna split it? That's going that way. Is this next one going to go to me? Are any of these going to go to me? No, it's not actually. It's not a very good splitter. Okay. I've still not worked out in this game how you're supposed to... I've seen people just like place it in the middle and it just like magically splits. I don't know how to do that. I always have to like rebuild them like this to ensure it actually does it. Oh yeah, don't you know it? Alright, cool. It works if you don't try to place it on the belt stand. Ah, is that what I was doing wrong? Thanks. Constructor. Whoop, whoop. Is that in the middle? Good enough. And the screws. And then with that, because again we're not on the fully automated stage. That's disgusting, isn't it? That's just bloody gross. Is that not in the right? What's going on there? There we go. I'm going to clean this up. We are going to clean this up, but for now... So now we've got screw production, rod production, production. That's okay. We producing. Not particularly at peak efficiency for this, but we're getting there. So this is still going to be wow, love my dog. Well, that sounded like an innuendo, but if you think about that for like a second, I'm actually unsure what that is implying. Right. So that's going to be ticking away for a hot sec, and that's fine. What do we need to do? So... don't think we're at the point where we need to start sinking materials. We haven't got loads of waste yet. Always good to have quicker conveyor belts. We need this to sort of actually get somewhere in the game. Let's have quicker conveyor belts and then go to that, I'd say. Or any of this stuff if any of this stuff I've already got. So we're almost at the concrete. The rods are fine. We can definitely do the plates. Can I make the reinforced iron plates? I've got enough screws. Let's have a look. Okay. How many reinforced iron plates do I need? 50. Yeah, I mean, we can make them. We've got enough stuff. Okay. So this is that's gonna produce fairly quickly. That's gonna produce fairly quickly. That's alright. Oop. Oop. That's going to annoy me. Should have built it higher. Same. I mean, what? Like we're not too far away from the no handcrafting point, to be honest. They're only like a tier or two away from it. So. Best part, it's up to how much you think is real and isn't real. Was that to me or Marcus? If that's to me, I have no idea what you're saying. You're implying this game is some sort of dream. Which, to be fair, feels pretty accurate. Okay, almost there. Can almost make the 50 that we need. Well, technically it's 40. I've already got 2. Dum 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 dum. I don't know what time signature that is, but I hate it. Oh no. Oh no. See, a lot of this early game is just watching me theoretically sort of hammer some stuff out, which I'm sure is incredibly good. I'm sure what you're like witnessing right now is fucking fantastic content. There's nothing more enthralling and exciting than sort of a slightly yellow vibrating craft bar. Yeah. We're getting there. We're almost there. Jesus Christ, we're almost there. Yeah. That was the most annoying part done. Right, we've got that, and then the rods. Nice. Bam. Only 91 rods. Shit. I need 300 of these fuckers. That's very funny. I like the idea of someone who swears excessively while streaming for absolutely no reason. That's very funny. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Fuck! I've only got 140 of these fucking things. Fuck. I don't know why that's so funny. The idea of someone doing that for a fucking 3-hour stream. Because he thinks it's cool. That's very funny to me. That shouldn't be that funny, but it is. I keep wondering why I get demonetized. I should probably wonder that less. It's just a docile stream though, yeah. It's just profanity. Just laced with profanity. Can't move for all this profanity. It's Profanity City. What happened to Danny? He got arrested for saying the F word too many times. Which isn't a crime, but he said it so many times. So many times, they did arrest him. Which they don't usually do, they just felt it appropriate on this occasion. Hello, Nate. Oh, thanks so much. And thank you for being cool yourself. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. How much can you... I live fairly near a main road, if you can't tell. Because I don't know how... Well, I say my microphone, like, I've been using this... Since I started doing ASMR, I have had the same Yeti microphone. It's like 13 years old. It's the one you're hearing... It's the one... You can't... I think it's out of camera right now. It's right here. It's the same one. Never had to replace it. I probably should. But I've never had to. Still works. Still fine. And I'm amazed by that consistently, that it's never broken on me. It sound like... It used to be really good, and now I imagine... In the past, like, decade and a half, sound has moved on quite a bit. So it probably just sounds dog shit now. Favorite bit of the game. Boom. Good.
Milestone reached.
What do I need? Do I need reinforced?
Contractual obligation towards efficiency.
Yeah, it is.
Recreational use of belts and lifts does not count towards work hours and will put you on the list. Stay efficient. Don't disappoint. Fix it.
Okay. I mean, I also know a bit more about sound now to know that I can probably put like a gate on it or a compressor or something so you don't hear everything. But for a long, long time before I started doing my current job, my sound engineering knowledge came from ASMR, which is the audio has to be raw and everything else just has to be really quiet, which I quickly found out in my professional career that is quite unique. People don't appreciate that on a live sound basis if you're mixing something. No guys, I'm not going to put any gates and compressors on that. It has to be actually raw, live sound. Yeah. Why is it ringing back? Oh, don't worry about it. Just can you get the audience to be quieter? People don't actually appreciate that. Oh, no worries. I'll see you in another 18 months, mate. Enjoy your job. What am I doing? I'm just wandering around in circles. What's going on? I don't want to upgrade this just yet. At some point. Just got like a 3DO microphone, just like... No, I wish. I looked into buying those for a non-ASMR project I was doing a while ago, and they are very expensive. Okay. I can make a spell. I don't need that yet, though. What do I need? The milestones I need to make an assembler, is what I need to do. Boop. So... let's go around and see what stuff I've got pre-made, see how much I need to make. Jumping. They're made for binaural audio. So they were marketed as ASMR microphones when they first started, but there are, since sort of things have moved on a bit and other applications have, there is a need outside of ASMR for binaural audio now. And that's, yeah. Sort of experimental podcasts, specific narration stuff that, yeah. Yeah. So what do I need to make? I might as well make a lot of these copper ingots so I can just make a crap ton of wire. Oh, hello. How you doing? Yeah, like the 3DO microphones are, yeah, they're great, but they're very expensive, and I think I know someone who owned, I think there's a company in Cardiff that do like slightly experimental audio stuff, and I think they have one. And they don't do ASMR stuff. They do like experimental podcasts, and they use it for like, I guess it's in the ASMR world. There's like I'm trying to think what it is. Like 3D spatial sound that you can't really do without good binaural, like, audio. So, when they want to make, like, binaural spatial sound, it's got to be 3DO mic. Cool. How many wires do I need for this one? I need enough to make the 200 of these, and this makes 2, so I need 400. Great. That's quite a lot. You like your Danny's, but well, that's great. You've never had a binaural Danny, unfortunately, because I can't afford the very expensive microphone. Nor do I want one. That's not the sort of... I feel like a long time ago did I abandon the prospect of making good quality ASMR. That's never... I think, if I'm being honest with myself, that's never really been a goal, is to make like the actual ASMR sound good, because that requires like, one, like money, and I've never really had that, and two, like filming space, studio space. I've just kind of, I went for the other end and was just like sort of offensively silly. Not offensively, it was just very silly. That's kind of always been my angle. So I can sort of mimic binaurality, but it takes it's a lot of effort in the software side. A lot of like automation of like where the sound is. It's a whole thing. and like the amount of time it would take you to do it in like labour hours, you may as well just buy the fucking microphone. We're almost at 400. Wow, we are. There are a lot more people doing silly stuff now. I was interviewed for a podcast a while ago, a crafted reality podcast. You can look it up if you like. Where I sat down with my friends Ali and Julian, and they interviewed me about my life, and well, my life wasn't. They didn't interview, it wasn't who do you think you are. It was like it's just about the stuff, the work I do, and YouTube came up quite a lot, and I sort of erroneously and incorrectly took complete credit for the amount of silly stuff in ASMR. It's not true. I don't. It's not. I truly believe that it's nothing to do with me. I think that is the nature of how comedy is now integrated into most things as a form of entertainment. But in that podcast, I do take sort of full credit for that movement and the ASMR movement to going towards sort of silly and absurd things to be entirely me. And I'm not going to back down on that in public forums. If anyone asks, I'm going to be I'm just kind of responsible for that. Yeah. I was one of the earlier ones. And then, hey, look, there's an argument. There's a bloody argument. There's a bloody argument to say, hey, I did some silly stuff earlier on. GB watched a lot of my content earlier on. And then she did silly stuff, which made it go forward. It's Julian. That's bloody magic. That is. Julian and Ali were one of the two people that I did that podcast with. It was great fun, and they are both fantastic people, and it's very kind. I didn't realise you were bloody lurking in there, mate. Thanks for bloody having me. But yeah, so I think I realised I don't do many, if any, podcasts. I've done maybe like. I think at the time I thought that was my first podcast, but I think I have done a few before that. I just forgotten about them. I did a podcast years ago, which is like a comedy improv podcast in Cardiff, like 7 years ago, and it was and the guy that did it was lovely. This is no absolutely no chagrin to the guy that did this years and years ago, but me and my friend I was with and doing that, we were just operating on slightly different wavelengths of comedy, and they were trying to force a very. It just I will find it one day and I will present it to you all, because it's just a lot of yes ands followed by a lot of no buts followed by a lot of destroying every single sort of element, just picking apart. It was fucking silly, and we destroyed that man's podcast that day, but it was incredibly funny to us at the time. Thanks, Julian. Julian, have you ever played Satisfactory? I feel like you would enjoy this game if you haven't played it. It's all about. You strike me as someone who appreciates a bit of factory efficiency and logistics, which feels like that feels like a derogatory statement, but I do mean it in in sincerity. We got. I'm gonna have screws. Do I not have enough screws? The village was a different thing entirely. That was a podcast I did. I wasn't on that one. That was one that me and my friend Shane created. That was an entirely separate thing. But we did have the podcast The Village for a while that me and Shane keep meaning to go back to, but yeah, it's just tricky. We have fun doing it, but then we have fun like recording it and improvising and like doing some of the narrative stuff, but then when it comes to like editing it, we're like, got so much footage. So much footage to go through, so much footage to look at. So we just give up. We're just like, we'll do this, another point. So we're still sort of exploring a method and a way that we can still, the improvised content that we enjoy doing and the characters we enjoy creating and the worlds we enjoy building, we still don't really, a good way does not yet exist that we've found for us to really easily translate that into content on an online platform without so many labor hours of like making a thing. Because the only reason we make a thing is because we can't just like go up to people and do characters out them. Online needs to have some sort of buffer to get to them. but we don't know what that is. So yeah, it's the answer to the village. So, this game isn't just an OCD simulator, lol my dog. This game is a... Hey, does it appeal to people with varying neurodiversity? Yes. But it's not exclusive. That's why it appeals to me, I think. It's all about efficiency. Anyone likes efficiency, lol my dog. Reminded me of the bomb game. What bomb game? Thank you so much. Thank you for popping in. I hope you're doing well. I'll catch you soon. I'll drop you a message later. We still need to organise a time to see each other. I'll drop you a message in a bit. What bomb? The bomb game that... the only bomb game that I know of is Keep Talking, Don't Explode, or whatever that's called. That's a different thing entirely. Yeah. I'm presuming you don't mean Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes. It's a great game. Iron rods. 4 more. Bugger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Got enough. Hell yeah. Yeah, Factorio. Well, I think Factorio is a real genre-defining game. I think... nice. Factorio is a proper genre-defining game. Kunk. Like so many games birthed from Factorio.
Parts, including the first project part, smart plating, which is crucial for initiating project assembly. Project parts must be delivered to the space elevator. By completing your contracted duties as part of project assembly, you will definitely be helping achieve Fix-It Company goals without any other ulterior motive. Note, humans cannot craft project parts. Do not worry about your inadequate crafting skill when compared to an assembler. Fix-It cherishes your innate human abilities, such as walking, striking objects, and commodifying natural resources.
This game's humor's great. So this is go. Why is this bloody backed up? Do some maths. That can process iron at 30 a minute. That's 30 minutes. So we're getting... So these conveyor belts can move 60 a minute maximum. We've got 2 miners both doing 30 into a splitter. That splitter can split at the true rate of the belts. So if the splitter splits at true rates of the belts, that means fixing up here is 60 a minute. 60 minutes going into an even splitter, which should be going to 30 and 30. Because that's going to 30 there, and the iron plates can only do 20 minutes, that means there's a third drop-off in efficiency, which means it's stalling that. Which must mean... Shut up, love my dog. I'm cooking, I'm onto something. That's going to 15. So if that's... if that's a 20 and that's at 15, that means one of them's on a third, and the other one's on even more than that in terms of that, which means for it to be efficient, I need to split them back and loop them back in on themselves. Potentially. No, that won't do anything. I'd need to... What do I need to do with these excess? Because that's only on 50 and that's on 30. So essentially that's only running at 50% capacity just by nature of how long that takes to make. But if that's only running on 15, that means I can technically split that off and have another crafter making that, because that'll take 15, so that would then even themselves out and double the capacity. Because that's at 15, that can only take 15, it's getting 30, so it's running at half. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. You are right, Llama Dog, I was yapping. But hey, it's got to be done. It's this bloody yap city, this game. I can't think in my head. Winner, chicken dinner, hell yeah. Right. So. No, I don't have any. Oh, I do have spare iron. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. So with this iron, I'm just going to quickly bloody bash out some reinforced iron plates, and some cable. With that, I can make another constructor and another splitter. A real math dealer. They didn't let me do GCSE math. Well, they did let me. Sorry, they let me do GCSE maths. I wasn't that cooked. They were like, "You'll bring the score down too much. We can't let you sit your mandatory maths qualification." That wouldn't surprise me. They didn't let me do that with GCSE art. Sorry, this is a tangent. I tried to do GCSE art and they said no. Funny. The maths. They were like, "We don't think you're very good at maths, so we're going to let you do some sort of like ultra cool special maths thing that only the really cool people you get to do." And I was like, "Oh, fuck yeah, maths." And they were like, "You do it a year earlier." Like, "Oh, wow." But like, but you cap it at a C. You can't get above a C. You get a C or nothing. And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And that was their way of being like, this fucking idiot is not going to get more than a C. We need to sort of engineer some way to get him to pass. So our school doesn't look bad and we can fucking get rid of the cunt. Is quite genuinely what happened, I think. Yeah. They didn't let me do... Yeah, I anything more than like GCSE maths, I don't touch. No, I don't touch. I've never in my whole life had a need to touch it. When you started getting to like fancy math stuff, I don't work in fields that require it. Which is funny because I've taken my hand off. You know, I'm gonna rant. I've stopped touching my keyboard. I feel like I work sometimes in a field, which is the one they're like, hey, if you work in these fields, you're gonna need to know these maths. Then maths are really important. Like I work sometimes in like production management, which is like, I have a lot of spreadsheets. There's a lot of calculations, and there's like, I have to like work kind of stuff out to be able to like know how much stuff we're gonna need for things. And I don't need theoretical maths for that. Yeah, you're like, I don't know. I don't bloody know, guys. I don't bloody know. Right, we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna put a splitter here. Does that work? Fine. Good. That goes in, that goes out. Fantastic. So now I'm going to have to move this pole. What's that pole connecting to? That pole is powering those two things. Was powering those two things. I need to get a roof to this soon so I can run my power non-obtrusively, but we're not going to worry about that just yet. We're going to do it in a very efficient way for now. Great. Yeah, that's fair. I guess I'm not doing anything like that. I'm not doing any engineering that requires like, well, I'm not doing the sort of engineering. I guess I do like a smattering of electrical engineering from some of my jobs. And I feel like that would require more maths than it does, but maybe I'm just doing it really unsafely. Maybe I'm just doing the calculations wrong, and it's a fucking miracle no one's died. Who knows? That's wrong. Construction. I need more cable. Isn't physics just maths, but like slightly different? Physics is just maths, right? That's just like, there isn't, on paper, there's not too much of a difference between those. Like, I feel like that's not, yeah. Right. Okay. Nice, okay. Constructor again. Is this right? Is that... I feel like that is not right and you're in the wrong place. But basically what I was to trail off to that, to trail that story off as to where it was going. I'm a fucking idiot. That's where that story was going, and it remains true. That's backwards. There we are. I put it backwards, yeah. Well, there's something quite poetic about me saying I'm a fucking idiot whilst putting something backwards. That's like proof if you needed some, which I'm sure you didn't. What was that making? That was making iron rods. Iron rods. Oh god, so now that needs to merge with this bad boy. Yeah. There's method to this madness, I think. So that the output needs to be that way. So, oh shit. Well, because if I merge them into this line, because that line's automatically splitting them there and there, which means future-proofing wise, if I have just one whole line going there and one whole line going there, it's only ever going to be the direct factory amount that's going to each of them. If that makes that then an entirely different line, if I have all of my screws coming through on one line, if I need to divert that line, then I have all of my screws output being able to be controlled as opposed to a half output, I can split further. So I feel like if it's all in one controllable, manufacturable line, I'll know exactly how many I'm splitting to where if I have them all in one control group. That's my theory. Whether or not that is effective remains to be seen. But I know what you mean, but that is that's the game theory anyway of it. I keep putting these in the wrong place. I'm not future-proofing at all with where I'm putting this power. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right, but we'll see what happens. Because even if it like the splitter, it'll bottleneck either way. I think there is no world where it doesn't bottleneck. It just depends where the bottleneck is happening. And also, if I put that straight through, that means none of them are being split into the storage. So, yeah, I am also dubious, and we'll see what happens. Annoyingly, did not give enough space to be able to do that. That's annoying. Okay. Not if one's going directly around there. That's skipping that line entirely. If it's going, well, I guess, but that means I've got one factory going directly straight into storage. I know what you mean. I think it's an attempt to future-proof, and we'll see how that goes. I feel like, as always, I've got to make my mistake to learn from it. The future has indeed been proved. So if that goes there, we've got that output there. Then we've got this bad boy there, yeah. And that way we now have an extra, well, I guess it's mergeable, not really a split. We have an extra split out here if ever we need to feed the rod somewhere else, which I guess is, I think, useful? Ah, shit. That's the worst noise you can ever hear in this game. That's the you done fucked up noise and you let your power go down. Yeah, I know. I now need to find some more biomass. I need more leaves. Oh, running out of power. I can build a chainsaw which allows me to chop down these trees and get solid biofuel, which is probably what I need to do. So we're going to hydro. I don't even... Oh, hydro as in as in water. Is that what that means? I don't actually know what that means. I'm sort of familiar with this game, but it's been a while. Nice. Grabbing all these leaves. Where are we? Cool. Nice. That should be enough leaves to keep us going for a hot sec. Think I can make solid biofuel now as well, which takes more but like burns way slower. So might make some of that bad boy. Why are you off? No power. Okay. This is green start area. So my water is like a while away. But that's fine. That's okay. We can deal with that. What was I doing? Biofuel. Yeah, I'm not brave enough to do the desert starts yet. I feel like they're a pain in the ass. Right, so we'll put 60 and 60 in each of this one. Nice. Come on, come on. Rush doesn't involve automated power, yeah. Oh, that's fair. I guess there's many trees to be able to, like... yeah. I'm guessing power's a pain in the ass. Cool. How do I split stack? Is it this button? No. Is it this button? Yes. Nice. Oh, that's true. I guess... I imagine it's got like... Why are you yellow? Why haven't you got any power? What's going on? Okay, I'm doing a lot of quick fixes on power here that I'm definitely going to regret. Like, what's going on there? So now that puts to this, which will make which makes an iron rod, which feeds into here. Okay, okay, time to build some power. My factory is out. Pure carbon with the seeds. Oh, nice. I have unfortunately reached the limits of the starting biofuel generators, I fear. So let's make a little power section. Oh, this is a good time to redo the power grid as well. Okay, so power biomass burner. I need 25 wire. Dum, dum, dum. Thank you so much, Llama Dog. Thank you for popping in. It's good to talk to you. I hope you enjoy work. Nice. See you in the next decade, mate. Nice one. Okay. Nice. So, biomass burner. Oh, didn't realise you could automate them. That's neat. I'll pop it here. And that just takes biofuel. Great. Let's make an introductory sort of style grid here. Boop, 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 boop. We'll make those the popping off point, as it were, for all this power. Need more wire. What we're going to do, maybe we'll make 4 biomass burners. Connect them all up to that little grid, and then re-look at the power distribution. I'm quite keen to make the power distribution very neat, but I'm aware I haven't got like the things like the little wall things or like girders to run it across yet, so which might make it look not neat. But whatever system, I would really like a system that is incredibly easy to see what's powering what. But I'm just aware that might be a bit of a pain in the ass before I have a proper, some of the things that make that really easy. So, I'll have a think. I'll have a bloody think. Okay. Nice, and a hunter. Where have you got that? Nice. Great, great. Some more rods. Is that enough rods? One more rod, that's annoying. You know what, to save my patience, we will start with 3 for now. And have I put... Okay. I'm going to go and pilfer from my things I've been making. Yes, please. Oh, yes, please. Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Cool. Right, we're going to go over here. That's going to be that. And that's going to be that. And that's going to be that. And I'm going to make some cable, because I've not automated that yet. A doy. Should probably look into automating that at some point. It's going to be that. That's going to be that. And that's going to be there. And we're going to put them all on the same grid. And we're going to connect that grid up to this distribution area. And then I'm going to get rid of this mini distribution area. So we know all these 3 are going to power anything that's coming off of these 4 things. Now, I am going to be a heathen and just delete all my existing power infrastructure. Is that all gone? That is all gone. There's some down here that I need to get rid of as well. Just delete something. And that's gone, and that's gone. Great. Okay, so all the existing power infrastructure is gone, which means what I'm going to do, I'm just going to place, just for posterity, just so we know what's there, I'm going to put one thing there, just so we can keep it in the world grid, and then one there. It's not going to look nice yet, getting the power up and down from floor level to factory level, but it is going to at least be functional. Now, one of these offshoots is purely going to be for floor level power. And we're going to put it there. Fuck it. I'm going to put it on the corner. Bam. So that means that out is going to go down there, and that is going to link up to all those panels I've made to power everything down there. Great. If I set up a rule that everything's power, it seems wasteful to put a pole per thing. I think it'll look the nicest, but it seems wasteful. I might just set up another grid of 4 near every sort of factory line. I don't know. I'll just make it slightly less messy for now, because I don't really know how to solve this particular problem in a way that's going to make me happy currently. We know that's going there. We know feasibly, actually, we may as well add these two still into the power grid. So if that goes there and that goes there, and we can add that into the power input section, because we all know that's just power input. That's to the floor, that's to that line, and this is currently a spare line. We might leave that as a spare line, because that, like, we can just feed this through. So this one also goes to a little square of power here. And if that's there, we know that everything can just bounce off of this power square. So it's not super neat, but for now, that can power that, and that can power that, that can power that, and that can power that, and that can power that, and that can power that. It's neater than it was. It's not perfect, but we at least now know where the power is coming from. Like you can follow the trail, as it were. Now, before I turn everything on, including that, I should probably make some biomass and actually make it so that when I turn them all back on, it's not going to shut off again. That's the whole point of this. So I'm going to slowly and boringly hand make some solid biofuel, which I could automate. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to get a bit of solid biofuel, put a little bit in each of those biofuel reactors, whap them on, see how much headroom we have in the grid, and see if we need to adjust. Which I think we're going to be okay, but we'll see. Almost there. Okay, good enough. Cool. So, we'll split this a touch. Can't split into thirds, good enough. That to that. Christ. That to that. That to that. And those three are on, and they are in the grid. That's not connected back up. Need to connect the miners up. And then we'll look at the headroom we have then. Okay. Okay. That's going to be doing its thing. Great. So that's now fully all back online. What's our headway? So, capacity is now 130 megawatts. Production's capping at about 43. That's a good... We shouldn't need to then... As long as I keep the power... As long as I remember to refill the power. I won't. But if I did, we wouldn't have any problems. So that is all good. Is that all running? That is indeed arguably running. This storage container no longer needs to be all the way over here. We can now... Space for running the I can now probably... Now there's no need to have that separation that there was. Put a little story boy right here. And just for future proofing, because at some point we'll probably need to divert that line. Now I can divert it easier. But for now, we don't have to bloody worry. So that's Power City there, all connected up, all happy. Grid's working, that's there, still collecting. Next up is working out where we're going to put our copper. That being said, we probably need... we've got a fair amount. I will make some and just a couple of platforms here to expand our working area. Okay. On zoop mode, yeah. Zoop that shit. Nice. That means now when copper comes in, it'll come in to here. Then we just need to sort of carry it across. And then maybe make some sort of copper build out here or over there. Ooh, power slug. Cool. What's that? Is that more iron? Yeah, it is more iron. Oh, I don't think we need any more iron at this point, but that is good to know. Great. Sorry, my overlays, I can't see the button. Which one says save? Does this say save? I actually can't tell. Which one? No, it's up here. Aha! I'm an idiot. Right. Save. Fantastic. Thank you so much everyone for joining me playing Satisfactory today. I might be streaming a little later on, not in the evening, but maybe in a couple hours over on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/DannyDocile. Please feel free to follow me there if you want to see me play some Rainbow Six Siege. Either way, thank you so much for joining me today. I might be streaming again soon. I hope I'm streaming again soon. And I will, I'll catch you next time.